Hello there. Brexit has separated the UK from the rest of the European Union, but seemingly brought a whole bunch of couples together, if only on paper. Because according to BBC research, hundreds of marriages of convenience have been contracted in connection with Brexit since 2018. So far, none of these cases have been tracked. That's at least what the broadcaster reported. According to the BBC, which obtained the figures via a Freedom of Information request, between March 2018 and September 2021, a total of 365 couples attempted to take advantage of the so-called EU settlement scheme. The system, initiated in 2018, guarantees EU citizens who were already living in Great Britain before Brexit largely the same rights as before the exit from the EU. They can work, live, and use the healthcare system in the UK. Spouses of any nationality, that means not just from the EU, could also apply in the system and be granted such a right to stay. In the fraud cases, EU citizens are said to have entered into marriages of convenience with non-EU citizens in order to transfer their right to stay to them. In some cases for money, in other cases criminal gangs are said to have been involved there. According to the BBC, almost none of these sham spouses have been prosecuted and their right to stay withdrawn. The last prosecutions are said to have taken place in 2018. A total of 9 people were convicted, 8 of whom had to leave Great Britain. Since then, there is said to have been no more persecution. The Home Office told the BBC fewer such cases had been followed up during the pandemic. People from a total of 60 countries entered into marriages of convenience. Almost all EU countries were among them. However, most marriages of convenience were concluded with people from a non-EU country. 146 of the 365 cases were Albanians. And that's not the only Brexit story we are hearing at the moment. Daniel Lambert wrote on Twitter last month that he would finally leave Brexit land in just a week, so he's gone now. Someone should please let him know when the promised sun-drenched highlands were found. That's what he added sarcastically. Lambert is a wine wholesaler and is doing what many British entrepreneurs probably thought about after Great Britain left the EU. He is emigrating. Lambert planned to move to Montpellier in France with his wife and the 2 teenage children. Lambert wrote on Twitter in January 2021 that Brexit was the greatest threat to my company in 30 years. Financially, the company has obviously had to take a lot since Brexit. The entire additional paperwork would cost him between £100,000 and £150,000. That's what Lambert told The Guardian. So now he's doing what the government suggested, namely have one company here and one in the EU to cushion the impact of Brexit. According to the report, Lambert imports more than 2 million bottles of wine to the United Kingdom every year. With his company, he supplies large chains such as Waitrose and Marks & Spencer, but also 300 retailers. During the pandemic, business boomed. Income increased by £500,000 because the pubs were closed, people drank at home. Since Brexit, it has become a nightmare to import wine across the English Channel, writes The Guardian. Each type of wine has its own commodity number, which depends on factors such as the grape variety, the type of wine, the alcohol content, but also the size of the container and the possible protected designation of origin. The Guardian wrote that there are 361 different categories for wine alone. However, a wide variety of wine crates are delivered on one pallet, with additional fees being charged for each one, according to the report. As a result, according to Lambert, out of the hundreds of truckers who previously transported alcohol, there are only 4 or 5 left. They can pretty much do whatever they want with the fees, that's what Lambert told The Guardian. Up to £400 would be charged for individual deliveries. A second company in France is now set to enable Lambert to circumvent these fees by having his French company apply for a special export license to Great Britain and his British company retaining the import license for goods from the EU. According to his own statements, Lambert has a French passport in addition to his British one, and he is apparently not alone in his frustration. In a survey by the British Chambers of Commerce Association in February of this year, only 12% of exporting companies stated that the post-Brexit trade pact with the EU is helping to increase their business. This was not the case for 71%. Entrepreneur Lambert told The Guardian that it was absolutely unbelievable that in the 21st century people are effectively prevented from importing from Europe if they are not willing to pay a lot of money. And I know this happened last month, but still I didn't have the time to bring the story, so I wanted to add it in this one today, talking about Brexit consequences. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.